Come one, come all! I just baked a fresh pizza. Look at that gooey, melty cheese. Your mouth is already watering, I see. Hey, don't be afraid, try it! While you're enjoying that slice, we'll take a quick journey with it to see how taste works. Your mouth isn't alone in this project. It also needs the nose, specifically your sense of smell, to taste all the food you eat. Together, the combo consists of 80% smell and only 20% of taste itself. Meanwhile, the journey doesn't start in the mouth, so let's rewind. It all starts when you just walk into a room with food. Every time you breathe in, you inhale everything in the air, and in our case, it includes small particles of pizza floating in the air. Yes, there are millions of microscopic pizzas flying around. Well, sorta. But have you ever noticed how hot food smells more? That's because hot temperatures make those small particles of food travel longer and faster, so more of them can reach your nose. You might not even be in the same room, and that scent will reach you and carry you into the kitchen straight to the source. Now, as you move the pizza slice up to your face, even more particles fly up your nose. But stop right there, most of them won't get past the first barrier. Grab a mirror, tilt your head back, and you'll see that obstacle. It's your nose hairs. You might think they're gross, but those hairs also keep bad things floating in the air from getting into your body, like dust. Whew, this is a thick jungle. Watch your step, it's wet in here. Don't worry, it's supposed to be. Finally, we made it through and hit the jackpot. See that patch right there that looks about the size of a postage stamp? That's where your olfactory receptors are. It's home to around 6 million cells that help you, incredible human, detect more than 1 trillion different smells. If you think that's a lot, maybe next time we'll journey into a dog's nose. They have 40 times more of those cells. Now, those teeny pizza particles you just breathe in are dissolving in the nose mucus. Hence why it needs to be wet in here. Have you ever noticed how airplane food tastes weird? Well, it's not the food, it's you. The air in the cabin is drier than the Sahara Desert. That low humidity air dries out the mucus, making our sense of smell almost non-existent. And remember, without smell, you don't get much taste. The microscopic pizza particles have dissolved, and this creates a chemical reaction. It triggers the many olfactory receptors that can detect what each chemical reaction means. This information travels up a root-like system of nerves and into something called the olfactory bulb. Congrats! We're now in the brain! Yeah, it was right on the other side of this wall the whole time. The information about that special chemical reaction is passed on to other parts of the brain for identification. One part is sent to the limbic system. It has to do with consciousness, so you're not saying, pizza just yet. This part of the brain just identifies the smell and sends the information to the other organs, like your liver and stomach. It says, "Get ready guys, pizza's coming." That smell information might also trigger the part of the brain that influences emotions and memories. That explains why we have such a strong connection between smells and certain moments in our life. Like how the smell of freshly cut grass takes you back to summers spent mowing grandma's lawn. Actually, I hated mowing the grass. Anyway, it's time to head to the part of the brain where consciousness kicks in. Now, the thought comes to your mind, I smell pizza. All of that happened in a fraction of a second, by the way. Your mouth starts watering before you even try it. It's those microscopic pizzas doing their work in your nose. The smell senses send the information to your mouth as well. So when you finally take that first bite, your mouth is already prepared and ready to enjoy every second of it. Plus, your mouth is where digestion starts. Your saliva starts breaking down the pizza, getting it prepped for the stomach. But back to taste. With a mouthful of cheesy goodness, the saliva picks up those small pizza particles and helps it move all around your mouth, reaching and triggering the taste buds in there. Oh yeah, they're not only on your tongue, they're all over your mouth. That being said, you still have that mirror from earlier? Open up wide and stick out your tongue. Those little bumps on it aren't your taste buds. Those are called papilla. Some, but not all, contain several taste buds further down within their walls. In other words, you can't see your taste buds. One taste bud contains from 50 to 100 taste cells. They can pick up salty, sweet, sour, bitter, and umami or savory tastes. Now, what if the pizza slice you've bitten into was too hot and burnt the tip of your tongue? Does it mean you'll never be able to taste sweet things again? Oh no! Well, I'm referring to that tongue map thing, the diagram showing the tip of your tongue tastes sweet stuff, the rim picks up salty, the sides taste sour, the back detects bitter, and savory receptors are all over. Well, it's not true. All the taste buds on your tongue have receptors that can pick up these different tastes. Certain types aren't isolated to certain parts of the tongue. Also, lucky for those of us who just can't wait for our food to cool down, taste buds regenerate every 1 to 2 weeks. So even after you've burnt your tongue really bad, you'll start regaining the sensitivity after just a few days. Now, just like in your nose, those small pizza particles create a chemical reaction in your mouth. Ooh. Each chemical reaction triggers one of the taste cells in a taste bud. The stimulated taste cell sends this information onto the nerve cells. The nerve cells try to make sense of this data, compile a report, and send it to the brain. Just like smell, the information goes to 2 parts of the brain. One part understands what the taste is and sends that information to the stomach and liver. This way, all the organs are prepared for the incoming food. And the conscious part of the brain creates a thought. "Ooh, this pizza is amazing," or "Ugh, this pizza is pineapples." But all this works only together with the sense of smell. Smell is 10,000 times more sensitive than any of your other senses. Mostly because it's directly connected to the brain and doesn't need to travel through the body. That can also explain why food tastes so bland when you have a cold. A stuffy nose doesn't let you smell the food, cutting away 80% of the taste. And that's why we spent a majority on this trip in your sniffer. So, who's up for another slice of pizza? Or 5?